Y'all, I think we're kind of finally moving somewhat in the right direction. I think those emails really broke the spell here. He's totally losing support within his own party, and that he's not going to lose his base, but this is huge. First of all, Indiana has decided that no, we're not going to gerrymander our state for you, and he is very upset about that, calling them rhinos. And it's crazy to me that we have politicians out in the open saying, hey, I'm very upset that they won't let me gerrymander this state. Gerrymandering used to be something that they did, but they didn't talk about doing. And he's trying to distract any way that he possibly can. Now he's trying to call for Seth Meyers to be canceled again because he needs anything that he can to distract from those emails. And of course, he was talking the other day about removing his support from Marjorie Trader Green, because if you're not with me, you are against me in Trump world. And I say that he hasn't lost any support with his base, but I don't absolutely know that. I normally get lots of defensive comments across all my social medias for him, especially Facebook, but I have not been getting my typical, you've got TDS, he lives in your head rent-free type comments lately. People aren't posting the picture of Joe Biden apparently sniffing some girl's hair. They're not doing that as much. And I'm sure it has something to do with the whole blowing Bubba thing, because that is just a bridge too far for a lot of them. Because a lot of them want to think that it's absolutely not true, but they also got it in their head that, what if it's true? They would have been absolutely fine if maybe he did something horrible to some young girls, because they're just girls. But if he did something that was like with another dude, I'm out. Because if they look like they condone that, then that means that they are that in their minds. Because what do they use every time that they want to insult you? They try and put on you that you must be gay somehow, or you must really want some gay sex in your life. That is their biggest insult. Because to the Republican base, the worst thing that you could possibly be, besides being a woman, is a gay man. One of the things that bothers them the most is whenever they accuse you of things and you're just like, yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. You libs are just a bunch of homos. You probably want that Pete Buttigieg. I'm not gay, but if I was, Pete would not be a bad choice. He's a pretty good looking guy. He's very smart and very well spoken. You're supposed to get mad when I accuse you of being a homo. Yeah, we live in a time where it's actually acceptable to be gay in society, so if you're still against that, I kind of have to ask myself why. Because it's against God, and it's icky, and shut up. I think you're telling on yourself. Come out, whoever you are. It's taken the better part of a decade, but I think we are finally starting to see some cracks in the orange rind.